I'm fascinated by the sort of historical lineage of these things and the questions that that raises. Obviously,
Hmm.
with the female mysteries, it's an open question whether they weren't there as much or whether they just didn't get recorded as much.
Hmm.
But when we look at things like tantra, we often see them veiled in secrecy, and to some degree that was simply pragmatic because it could be upsetting or confusing to the other people in the society. But there's also this tension between tantra and sutra, between the idea that there's some kinds of practices that are for specially prepared or certain types of people, and they maybe aren't for everyone. But on the
Hmm.
other hand, we might look around at our current society and say, we've got relationship disasters and sexual health disasters all over the place. We need to take some things that might previously have been secret and make them much more available to everyone. So I'm curious about how the two of you hold that balance between this material might only be for some people who are specially prepared versus maybe everybody needs to have access to this.
We were actually talking about that this morning, that with the internet, everything's available, but you're still going to only be attracted to that which is at your kind of vibrational level. So it's like a lot of this stuff I couldn't find, even though I've been studying Tantra for years, I couldn't find some of this information. Now I can find, now it's being shared with me. So I think that there are things that we can put out there and everyone can say, oh, that's what I've been looking for. Whereas before, you just couldn't have access if you weren't a white celibate male. That was the only way you could have access. And you had to, a lot of it was about power. It was like, we're going to keep these traditions here, and you have to submit to this guru to get the knowledge. And it was just a power thing to keep it in that lineage. And now those lineages are, some of us still respect them, but we can also see that that was not open to everyone else, no one of color, women, etc. And so, or the sexually active, basically.
Yeah, the secrets are out there. I mean, they're all out there in a sea of information. There's nothing hidden anymore, but they're hidden in plain sight now. So we all have the experience of reading a book and getting something from it and going back to it a year or two later and saying, oh my God, I didn't get this before. There's certain information we get when we're at a certain vibration or frequency or stage of personal or spiritual development. And we can tell people things till we're blue in the face. Only some people will pick up on some of what we're saying, and it'll be the part that makes sense to them at that stage of their journey. So we have discussed in the past whether or not we need to package things like that because people like having steps and making progress, but we also think that there is a need for that. You have to have a foundation. No one can, take apart the sacred text and show you the parts where you become enlightened. That's not how it works. You can study them all your life and not have that happen. But information is all out there. It's a matter of who picks up on one part when. And to us, it's about trying to reach people at the frequency that they're at currently, because two people can listen to the same teacher and one can be blown away by what he's heard and the other one says, I don't get it.